guys? It is Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Got a classic today. We'll learn how to do Where Is My Mind. This is my first lesson for anything by the Pixies, so this is a new day for the channel. Here we go. Pretty simple song. Really, one chord progression kind of dominates. That chord progression is played on acoustic. You guys bear with me. I'm going to play it on electric here. It's two completely separate setups for me to do acoustic and then electric, so it'll take twice as long to film this. So I'm going to do this all on one guitar. So when you hear the clean guitar sounds, just imagine it's acoustic guitar. So each part has an acoustic part and an electric guitar part going on. So throughout the verse, chorus, and the solo. So we'll be covering all of that as played by Black Francis and Joey Santiago. So before we get into it though, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell so you know it's a new video. Like and comment and all that stuff. And really, if you're a fan of tutorial videos on YouTube, tutorial guitar videos specifically, you might want to try to support your favorite channel, whether it's mine or anybody else's. This niche that we have, this community you have, we used to be thriving, is dying out a bit. And it's YouTube's fault, it's not you guys' fault, but you guys can push back, support your favorite YouTube guitar tutorial person. Join their academies, whether it's my academy or their academy, or then support their videos, like and comment. It's the way to keep this thing rolling, all right? For me to keep doing lessons here on YouTube for thousands of songs, year after year, a decade and a half now. YouTube's not really helping out anymore. So you guys, it's up to you guys now. All right, so on that note, there's a link to my academy in the description below, and that link will give you a free 7-day trial. Check out all my courses, live streams every weekend with me, personalized support from me beyond that. So please go check it out. All right, let's jump into it. Now I'm in standard tuning here. Like I said, I'm going to teach all this acoustic stuff on electric, because I'm lazy. And so we're going to start here. So the acoustic stuff is played by Black Francis, so it looks like this. All right, so that's the progression that you hear at the intro of the song, but it's also the verse of the song. It's 4 simple chords, really, but you have to be able to play a bar chord. And that's the one thing. Some people, can't do that quite yet, but so this is a good one to work on that kind of thing. It does start with a non-bar chord, bar chord, as an E major chord. So just basic E major, open chord, open E, open B. First on the G string, second on the D, second on the A, open E. Now from there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a C sharp minor chord, but it's gonna have the 5th in the bass. So in order to do that, you're gonna put your full bar from the high E all the way across the low E at the 4th fret. And in front of that, you'll have the 5th fret there on the B string with your middle finger. Your pinky will play the 6th fret there on the G string, and then the ring finger will play the 6th fret on the D string. So it's a C sharp minor chord. So just from the 5th string across, that's a C sharp minor chord, but we're adding a G sharp in the bass. So the 5th of the chord is in the bass, so it's a second version. C sharp minor chord, don't worry about that if you don't know what it is. Now getting to the next chord is easy. We're going to go from this C sharp minor to a G sharp major chord. So how we're going to do that is we're going to leave the bar as is. So it's a bar across all 6 strings of the 4th fret. Take these 3 fingers and move them each up 1 string. So you're going to go move over, so now it's the 5th fret on the G, 6 on the D, and 6 on the A. All right, so with this. And then to get to the next chord, even easier. All you gotta do is take the exact same shape we're at now, just move it up to the 5th fret. This strumming changes. It's more down, down, up, down, down, up. And there's a little, you can kind of lift up, kind of lifting up the pressure between those 4 strums, lift up, 4 strums. Repeat. Now, as Black Francis plays that, and also throughout the entire verse, we have an electric guitar riff that comes in with it. All right, so this electric guitar riff looks like this. This is the most signature part of the song, really, musically at least. All right, so what's going on there? Very simple little riff here. We're gonna start with this 5th fret there on the B string and the 4th fret on the high E string. So hold those together, just pick from the B to the high E. Just kind of let them ring together. You're gonna do that 4 times. And then what we're gonna do is just go to a bar, a little mini bar from the 4th fret across the B and the high E, and then pick that same picking pattern from the B string to the high E string twice, so like this. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna release the bar. So now we're gonna have an open high E string, but we're still gonna be playing the 4th fret there on the B. So we can release that bar, just kind of roll up onto our fingertip there on the B string. And you're just gonna, basically what's going on here is you're picking 2 strings together, but you can, here's the melody though itself is happening on the B string. So that goes, so let's just do the B string first. So just you got your finger here on the 4th fret there on the B string. You slide it quickly to the 5th fret. Pick it a couple times there, and then back down to the 4th fret, and then slide it back up. Hit it a couple times. Then it's the open B string, so this. Now, while you're doing that melody, you want the high E string to ring with it. So you're gonna pick both strings together. So. Now, you can do it like that. And really that last hit, you hit the open B by itself. And that's it. So it goes 4 times here, twice here, then that little lick. Repeat. All right, and the verse, most of the time in the verse, except for toward the end, it just does that lick 3 times and it stops and it goes to the chorus there. So really the verse is those 4 chords that we did on acoustic with that little fill coming in over it. And then we get to the chorus, and the chorus chords stay the same. The chorus is a chord progression that gets played through 4 times. The first 3 times is just like it's played in the verse. And the 4th time there's a slight variation, well not a slight, a pretty big variation. So the chorus for the acoustic guitar part looks like this. Back to the verse. All right, so we're gonna start here with that same riff 3 times. The same riff we've already covered, chord progression at least. So you do that 3 times. This is the part, the chorus, what I'm considering the chorus is when he starts saying, "Where is my mind?" So that part is what we're covering right here. So after 3 times of playing that same riff that you did in the verse, throughout the whole verse, we have this little bit different order of these chords. We start with the E again. So this is the 4th time through the chords in the chorus here. The E. Then we're going to skip that C sharp minor with G sharp in the bass and go straight to that G sharp major. So straight to the 3rd chord that we played in the verse. So straight to that one. So we've already covered that chord. And then we go to the A chord, A major chord from there. But then what they do is they're going to change that to an A minor chord. Okay, so we have this. All right, and so after you do that, it's going to go back to that. Now we're going to go hit that C sharp minor with G in the bass and just hold it. So you just hit that once and let it ring. So that was that chord that was in the verse, the 2nd chord of the verse. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up here. It's the same chord shape we did here at the 4th and 5th fret, but it's at the 7th fret. So it's that major bar chord, which is a full bar to the 7, 8th fret on the G, 9th on the D, 9th on the A. It's just a B major chord that takes us back to the, well, in this case, takes us back to the verse. So all together for that, so basically the 4th time through the chord progression in the chorus. All right, so we go through there, so then we get, so the electric guitar part for the chorus here is, so basically there's a chord progression that goes 4 times. Remember, the 4th times is different than the first 3, so that's what we covered on the acoustic guitar. So over that, the electric guitar part does nothing over the first 2 times through that chord progression. So there's nothing heard the first half of the chorus. And then you hear the guitar come in, the electric guitar come in like this. And then it goes back to the verse there. All right, so it's just basically this little single note riff first when it comes in. So remember, the chord progression is played twice already. Half the chorus is over. And then you hear this open E string. 5th fret there, 4th fret on the A string. Then over to 4th fret on the low E. Then up to the 5th fret. Then it does some power chords, just kind of slightly palm muted. Nothing very aggressive here, but this is the open E string and the 2nd fret there on the A string. So that's just an E power chord, open E power chord. Kind of hit that 4 times. And then come up here, the same thing, we have another power chord here. This is going with it. Remember, the chord progression went straight to that chord in the 4th time through. So we're the 4th time through the chorus here. We get to that 4th fret there on the low E, 6th fret there on the A string, that power chord there. So it's a G sharp power chord. And then when you get up here to the A chord, you can play it as a full bar chord again. Just like, it's basically the rest of the chords are just like it's being played on acoustic guitar. So all together for the electric guitar parts for the chorus, remember, halfway through the chorus is when it comes in. All right, so from there we go back to the verse of the song. So So back to that and back to the same chorus we just now covered. But coming out of the second chorus, things are don't go to the verse. They change it up a little bit. There's when the solo comes in. So over the solo there is just over, when we did that, the ending chord coming out of the chorus, that B, so gonna keep holding that, and that's that chord is just being held underneath that chord, the whole solo. So it's just over a B major chord that you're already playing at the very end of the chorus. Just keep holding it. All right, so let's get to Joey's guitar solo. So it looks like this. All right, so one thing about this solo is it's not just one guitar. So he's basically kind of doing a similar thing here, but played slightly different and timed slightly different, and they're overdubbed together. And one is raised a little bit higher in the mix, and that's the one that you're learning here. So when you see him play it live or whatever, he could be playing either one, but there's actually two things there, two guitar parts being played. But we're going to be doing one here that is the loudest in the mix on the original recording, and that's this one. So it's going to start with some unison bends. So what you're going to do there is you'll play the 7th fret there on the B string, and then the 9th fret there on the G. So you'll play those together, and then once you do that, you're going to want to bend that note on the G string up a whole step until it matches the pitch of the string that you're also holding on the B string. So it's like that. So you basically do that twice. And then, as it's already bent, you're going to pick it again. So that's called a pre-bend. But you already did it because you had bent up after that second bend. You're just going to hold it and pick it again and release it. So like this. Release that bend, and then we have this. So that is playing the 9th fret on the G twice, then 7th on the G, over to 9 on the D. So this. So that, after that, we have this 7, 9 on the G string, and then over to 7 on the B. Then you can pick that 7 again and slide up to the 10th fret, and then you're just going to pick that 10th fret, 10, 12 on the B, then 10, 12 on the high E string, and then you can start bending that note up. He doesn't bend it the whole way to start, so he bends it like 4 times, but the first, you don't always, he's working his way up to a full whole step bend. He's kind of going, so just bend it up with like a half step, and then slowly start building up the bend till it's a full whole step bend. So we have this. So all together for the whole solo. So it's a short solo, obviously, and if you're not used to the unison bend thing, it can be a little bit challenging, but so that's maybe it's a good thing. It's a little short thing that you can work on. It's probably unison bend is going to be the biggest issue for some people. All right, but remember that solo is just kind of an overdub thing. We're picking out the most prominent line there to learn. We're not going to worry about the other one. And that whole solo is just played over a kind of a strummed B major chord. All right, and then there's really nothing new to do. It goes back into the same verse that we did before, back into the same chorus, and then back into the same verse again until the song's over, folks. All right, but anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's my first Pixies track, so we'll see how this one goes. All right, I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.